I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kim.
We're glad you're joining us again this week for chat about our stitching and other stuff. And if you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back to watch again. We really love doing this, and we love the community that we get to be a part of because of it, whether you Flosstube or not. We really do read all your comments and enjoy them. And
yes, we do. We do. And this is episode, I've lost track now.
Oh, I want to say
25?
Maybe 26. Last week might have been 25, but I can't remember for sure, but that sounds right. So we hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. We did. Or I did.
We did.
It was a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was a COVID Thanksgiving.
It was a 2020 Thanksgiving. But it was good. It was better than it could have been because we were naughty.
My friend this morning, we went to church, and she said, so I came home and my husband said to me, guess what we're doing for Christmas? And she's thinking, oh, is he taking me somewhere special? And he said, we both got called for jury duty, December 21st through December 29th or something like that.
I got called that one time.
I remember.
The week before Christmas.
Oh, 2020. And I said, 2020 is going to become it's just an adjective. Like next year, when something bad happens, we're going to just be like, oh, that was so 2020.
I know. Something was saying, so, somebody was saying that 2020 just needs to become a bad word. Oh, 2020. My aunt yesterday posted her tree, her Christmas tree, her pre-lit store-bought tree, and she posted the darn lights, half of them aren't working anymore, and I'm getting sick of this tree or something, these lights aren't working. And
it's like the middle, so the top and the bottom work and the middle section doesn't work.
Yeah, there's no lights in the middle. And then I looked at the picture more closely, and she had a cardboard cutout of just 2020, and then she just said, that'll do. It just cracked me up. It just seemed like every little thing, just weird things keep happening.
Extra hard.
Everything's extra hard, but we did have a good Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody else did too if you're in the States. And now we're marching towards another holiday, and I have to say that I'm looking out my window at this lady. Anyway, I decorated yesterday, and I have to say usually I'm in a really excited mood to do that, and I just really wasn't. And I think part of it's my mom not being around, and part of it's just because it's 2020. But I put Christmas music on, and I was decorating, and it takes me all day, and I'm still not quite done. I have the dining room to do. But my son that lives out in Taylor, every time he came in the house throughout the day, every time I come in, I feel like this music's just a little bit louder, Mom. I don't know if I just kept upping it to make myself feel
it up.
But I knew that if I just motored through when it got dark and all the twinkly lights were on, that it would be really cozy, and it really was really nice. So I'm glad I did it. It's a lot of work to not have it up for at least a full month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that all yesterday, and my husband climbed up on our very steep roof. So I had to take a break from decorating indoors to hold the ladder for him for a while outside, because apparently an 11 and a 9-year-old aren't quite ready for these tasks without bickering the whole time. So
responsibility. I just kept telling her, don't tempt 2020. But don't let him go in the door. It does look pretty. My husband would be out putting up outdoor stuff too, and it's really too sad that he's not, because it's a gorgeous day out right now.
Yeah.
But for some odd reason, the day after Thanksgiving, we lost power on one part of our house, like all along one wall of our family room and around into our mud room and then out to our outdoor lights in the backyard. So he's been trying to figure that out, switching out outlets to think that was the problem, and it's not. So I think we're gonna, for the first time in our life, have to hire an electrician to come in.
Bummer.
Which is gonna be so 2020.
Yep. So stitching is keeping us sane. Maybe it's keeping you sane.
Yeah.
We are.
And again, I told Sarah I didn't think I was going to have very much, and then I started pulling out what I worked on. I thought, oh, I worked on more earlier in the week than I thought I did. Oh shoot, sorry. That's our ring. Before Thanksgiving happened, I guess I worked on a lot more things than I thought I did. So,
Yeah.
it looks like
Yeah, me too. Well, I've got a little.
he should be out there hanging these lights, and I just heard a movie coming on in the other room.
I thought you said he was not doing that.
Well, he hasn't been doing it, but I'm thinking he should go out there now. He's got a couple hours of daylight.
Yeah.
I think he's just plopped himself down to watch a movie.
Guess he'll do it later.
Guess so. Anyway, who do we have up first? We only have one up today.
Today, because the other two girls did not do anything. So it's going to go on their school assignments this week to do handicrafts, which it used to, and then they were doing it in the evenings when Daddy was reading aloud. So I kind of quit putting it on their list to make sure they were working a little bit on stuff every day, or not every day, but like every week, at least one day.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think there's a lot of coloring. So Liddy got a couple really pretty color books for her birthday, which is wonderful. So she's coloring in the evenings, and maybe I should let her come on and show her coloring because it is really beautiful artwork. She didn't even really ask if she could show that this week.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next week if she's just.
Well, maybe coloring feels more natural for her when he's reading than trying to. I think maybe.
If I put like handicrafts, and I don't really care too much which one they work on, as long as they work on something every week. Coloring doesn't quite fit that category to me, but it is kind of. It isn't. It's more like art versus handiwork.
It's not a handiwork.
She'll work on it a little bit. You know, I'll put it on their list that handicrafts 15 minutes. She'll do that then, and
And like you said, you used to do it. It's just that she's been distracted.
People doing it on their own, so I kind of quit doing that.
Yeah.
So we just have Millie who works on it no matter what, because Millie just loves handicrafts.
Okay, Millie, what do you got for us today? Whatever it is buried deep, deep down. Oh, you're still working on your cute little one.
Feel about the Christmas decorations and things happening. Millie's been asking for Christmas for like 3 months. And what did you do this afternoon while I was getting ready to set up for Flosstube? Downstairs.
I crafted.
No, before that.
Oh yeah, I set up the fake Christmas tree.
Apparently she
downstairs.
put up the fake Christmas tree downstairs.
I asked Daddy if he could do it.
We have like a 5-foot tree from a few years ago when we were living somewhere.
I
kind
asked
of
Daddy
temporary.
if he could do it.
Daddy said he wouldn't do it, so he said Millie should do it. And so she did. I haven't been down to see it yet, but I have a feeling I might need to help fluff it.
Nobody did. Nobody helped.
Okay. So anyway,
Wow.
a Christmas lover. Millie loves
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. Oh, there we go.
It
Okay.
was stuck
This
in
is awfully close to the edge, babe.
I don't know why. I did start in the middle.
Wow. Isn't that close to the edge? Wait, am I
Is that the very?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well,
It shows it being pretty close to the edge on the.
so this is a
Yeah.
Bucilla. Is that right? Bucilla? Is that how you say that?
Bucilla, I call it
Bucilla.
Bucilla. Is that the farthest point? Is that the farthest point to
Yeah,
the side? It doesn't go any.
I don't know.
Wait, I think it's
Hold the little picture up again.
like this.
No.
I don't actually know or understand where you're working. I think she's working somewhere in here.
Oh, that's too close.
I know. I think it's too close. I'm going to have to look at your pattern and make sure. Because well, I'll have to look at the chart later. But your stitching is looking pretty good.
Okay.
You're not.
But did you work on it 2 different tops and bottoms? Because it doesn't look like it's the right shape.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you accidentally started in one place and then had your fabric upside down and worked. You know what I mean?
That's what I was wondering.
Because look, this looks like where
Yeah.
the blue is supposed to be, but the blue should be down here. Or you should be over here. Yeah, I have a feeling there's a mistake in
I
it.
think you got confused about where you stopped.
I think we're going to have to rip it, rip it, rip it.
Frog, frog, frog. Rip
Oh.
it. Rip it. Rip it.
You know what I did this week on one of my projects? I had to frog.
What?
Everybody does.
Which project?
I don't know.
Everybody frogs. We should write a book. Everybody frogs.
Everybody frogs. All cross stitchers frog. Knitters
And knitters.
and quilters and sewers.
Mhm.
Everybody has to rip things out now and then and fix it. I'll help you with it though. Okay, are you going? Goodbye.
Bye-bye, sweetie pie. I love you. Enjoy your tree.
Oh, that's too bad. I might just frog it for her. I might make her do a little bit of it because I think it's
Good practice.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have it from the vault?
I do. Well, yeah, I'm just going to show this one. I had two, but I think I'll save one for next week because I don't have very many Christmas cross stitches.
I have some for different weeks.
And I didn't make this. You made this.
Oh.
I put it out yesterday, so I thought it needed to be shown. This is a shepherd's bush pattern, right? And you
Yep.
made it for Grandma.
I did make it for my mom.
Passed it back to you at some point, and you passed it.
She did. Yeah. You know, in fact, the funny thing is there's a companion piece to that. Did you get the other one?
Yeah, I'll show it next week.
And the other one that you're going to show next week, I actually was working on way back when I did that jury duty.
Oh, that we were just talking about? Really?
I was able to work on it when I was down at the courthouse.
The Santa Claus one that you gave me? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll show that next week. But
Yeah.
Button, oops. Really nice.
I know.
Really good.
Great framing job. Wait till you see the one on the back on mine that I'm going to show here.
Did you just get this? Where did you get this frame, do you think?
I think I got it down at Stitch and Stuff where I bought the pattern.
And it
She
didn't,
carried really fancy frames. Huh?
it didn't have any little like tabbies or anything?
Mm-mm.
What do they assume you do? That you're going to put something there or that you're just going to?
I guess. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. They were just like, that's how some of the frames came back then.
Interesting.
I don't know if she had, huh?
I said, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if she had somebody else. I don't
That
really know
thick
where.
overlap, so it's starting to come unpinned, but
Yeah.
anyway, but if I
It
just,
might need to go on a piece of sticky, maybe a piece of sticky board or something.
Yeah. I wonder if I need to do that. If in the frame, it's okay as long as I just,
Yeah.
Anyway, that was, it actually lives right here. Thankfully, I took a picture last year of this, and I didn't do exactly the same thing this year, but it gave me a starting off point because I wouldn't have remembered that I put that cross stitch right there, but I loved looking at it
Oh,
last year. Hang
yeah.
on, a little questioner here. Yes, you can play the Wii. Screen time.
So
Screen
from
time.
the vault.
Time. Screen time equals
I-
5 times the mommy.
Yeah. My from the vault is from 1994.
Oh wow. Wait.
And we talked about this designer. It was the lavender and lace. Remember we talked about free patterns that I used to get
Yeah,
from my Stitch and Stuff cross stitch store. This was one of them.
that's so pretty. Do you remember what
And no, it's just one of the free patterns. I don't even know if they're even available anymore.
Probably not, but I'll look and see if I can
Yeah.
find it, or if you know what it's called, leave it in the comments if I can't find it.
Yeah.
I have always loved that piece. I love looking at that.
And all this and down along here, and this is gold Krennic.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's not showing up very well.
You mean in the green? Along the green?
Yeah, down her dress,
And then in the dress?
along here,
Oh, pretty. And the
and then her halo.
oh man, it's just really pretty.
Oh, and in her, all of this. I'm sorry, all in the red too.
On the red, yeah. And her collar with all Krennic.
Yes, and her
It's
collar
the
is Krennic.
perfect use of Krennic.
Yeah.
It's just like subtle and adds a sparkle to it. Is the wings, do the wings have, is the gray a Krennic? No.
Nope. Nope, that was all plain. And if you look really closely here, you can see part of my fancy framing job. It's called Scotch tape.
Wait, I can't. You're like almost like Priscilla, but not quite.
This is this frame, okay. This has little pins go in and hold your piece in the side,
Interesting.
little pinholes.
Oh yeah, wow.
Well, all the pins are gone.
Oh.
So I basically have it taped on the bottom and on the top.
Put in other pins?
I don't know. They were like little gold. They're bigger than a straight pin.
Oh, I see. Well,
I don't know if you can see it very well.
kind of. But it seems like yeah, I guess it would have to fit in there tight for it to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's another shining example of do-it-yourself framing on a budget.
With 4 children running around underfoot.
I
have 3 children at that point.
The thing that saves it is that it's got this nice stand, so it sits up on a shelf, so it doesn't. But it's not perfectly in here. Like it's a little off center. It rotates around a little bit.
Did you stitch it on Aida? I can't tell. Is it Aida or linen? Do you think?
No, it's a linen.
A linen.
I think it's a
We're stitching some linen.
32 count. Oh, my granddaughter's here.
Oh, do we need to pause? Or is this
Yeah, maybe. Oh, what's the matter, Penaloo?
Are you okay if we show this? Show her on the video?
Is she okay to be on
Yeah,
the
that's
video?
fine. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, I'm
You want to say hi to the people?
Oh, hi, baby.
Really, really hungry.
She's really hungry.
Oh, but look at her in the little chair. Hi, Penny.
There's your thumbnail.
Oh my God.
I got visited by a little crunchy bear. Hi. Oh, hi.
Oh,
Oh, hi. Oh, you need to go eat. Okay. Come see me when you're done eating.
jealous. Every time they post a picture, I'm just like, I want that baby in my arms right now. And I think I
These
mention
are- there's-
that every time.
Do you? I am.
Tired of my I'm in love with your baby posts or comments. And they're like, no, I love that you love her just as much as
Oh, she's such a happy baby. She's so smiley.
she's so
I cannot believe how smiley she was. You know how much she's changed since you were here a month ago?
can't wait to see her. She's gonna even be more.
She just smiles at you, and they're real smiles. You know, they're not like the baby reflex
Yeah.
smile. They're real smiles, and she kind of coos a little bit now, and it's very sweet. But anyway, okay, so we showed her from the vault. The funny thing is the other one I'm going to show from the vault, maybe next week, was cross-stitched in 1997 by Sarah and
Oh,
given to me. She was just a little girl.
I was
But
like,
I was putting it up on the wall yesterday, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, way back when we were doing this kind of stuff, would you have ever thought we would be doing like a Flosstube on YouTube? I mean, YouTube wasn't even a thing then, but I mean,
the internet was hardly even a thing. Was
I
it?
know.
No,
It's
not
crazy
yet.
to me. Yeah, anyway, okay.
I love
Okay.
the library website or something. Still.
So exciting. So exciting.
Catalog.
Okay, do you want to go first this week?
Sure.
What you've been working on?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll just kind of grab and go. I did stitch basically through the days, and I started to research WIPGO. So I'm gonna put together a WIPGO board for 2021.
Mhm.
Just to have fun with that. But
She's coming out with a new video sometime this week, I think,
yeah, I think
on
Carol
Facebook.
said so I'm gonna be watching for it. My needles.
Yeah.
Okay. So I worked today, actually, while we were kind of getting organized on, where's the picture? Sorry. Here it is. On my toile sampler, the blue wintry toile. This one.
Pretty. Yep.
With all its blues, and I still am just as in love with it. So I finished the wreath today. I
Very
love
pretty.
that. And then I did some of the letters. That's all I got really done on that. But I got more done on in the amount of time.
It's not going to be very big, is it?
Not a very big piece of fabric, no. I think we made it so it would fit in an 8x10 frame. But it's
She
gonna
didn't give you, oh, but remember, you don't think she gave you enough,
you know.
the full amount for the margins.
Yeah, I think that there was some miscommunication about it.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
it may become a pillow, which I think would be a really pretty pillow. I could probably do
That's
a really pretty trim, like a blue pom-pom type, or like
Yeah.
a soft trim on a pillow. Actually,
Yeah.
that's pretty for a pillow. So that might be what.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I love that one. I think the fabric is really easy to work on, so it's really pretty.
Mhm.
I worked on my shores of Hop Run Hollow. I'm still on this square and probably will be until I die. I finished the, I think. And I,
Let's do Hawk Run Hollow, she said. It'll be fun. She said, they're on sale, she said.
that was you. You're the she here. You
I
can't
know.
see what I did. That's the pathetic part. But it took me like forever. I did a row of blue. I'll have you know that's like 100 stitches. No, it's not.
Let's do it. 101.
Let's do it 1/1 on 28, she said.
Let's make it really cute.
See, there it is. My little, I don't know why I didn't do, well, I think I had a lot of knitting to do that night, and I was like, I am gonna cross stitch. Dang it. I'm gonna cross it before I go to bed.
Cross stitch a row.
I thought I had more of that done, or I might not have showed it today. I switched the blue up. I think I decided, is this the color? I decided to go with 800 because the blue that is called for in the pattern is really similar to the fabric color that I did, which is, picture this plus. Do you remember what the name of the?
I don't.
I'd have to look back. And that's
You need to save your little stickers.
I know. I think I do have the sticker maybe in there somewhere.
Yeah. I've been trying to do that.
But I'm going to start a little journal in the new year as well. Like
Mhm.
all my new starts and stuff. I worked some on this. Again, not a lot, but sorry. Hang on. Even when I have project bags, my floss is a mess, as we all are well aware. I got looking real good.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Somebody's going to report me to like cross stitch police or something. This woman doesn't know how to do her
Lots of abuse.
floss of
Oh, you're making good progress.
this. Yeah, I did this, all this brown.
Mhm.
I think the gray I had already done the tabletop, and so I'm doing the brown, and then I'll go down and do the legs. It's not the most exciting part of the pattern to stitch, but
Right.
I started, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I worked on that. I worked on, what's in here? 1 second. Well, okay. I think I worked on this week. For some reason, I'm blanking. I think I did. I think I got all the green done. So all the hills are done, the little grass, and the flowers I did this week too. I'm pretty sure that's all this week. Because I don't remember showing that last week.
No, you didn't show it last week.
Okay, then I did that this week. Oh, the sun.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember thinking, oh, she didn't work on Cream and Co.
So
last week.
really, I still had a lot. And actually, its tail wasn't all the way done, and I thought it had been. So I did have to frog a little because I started this stuffed.
Yeah.
I only had I must have run out of black coffee, and I think I had to order more. And so I had only that much of the tail done. And so I thought it was finished because I didn't look that closely at the pattern. So I started this way up here, and I got 7 rows down and realized, wait a second, that's not right, and ripped it all.
Oh.
And I finished and put it in flowers.
Okay.
I'd like to see this done, but I'm really not.
Those patterns she's sneaky, man. She's a sneaky designer. They look like they're just going to be so cute and little and simple, and they are just like her babushkas. The babushka one I have with the lady and the pumpkin, and I haven't even shown that forever, maybe never on this Flosstube. It is a lot of stitching, a lot of stitching. I love them, but
and the filled in words for the Milk and Cream Co. I guess I didn't show the
yeah,
picture. I assumed everybody.
It's a lot.
This is so this behind the Milk and Cream is all white eggshell filled in. I'm like, oh, which actually will.
Are you going to do that?
Fabric is so dark, so I think I will, because it'll make it really pop on my tea dyed fabric. And then I also have some more cows and some more flowers. So, okay, I'm still going here.
Okay.
Everything. Okay, I worked on Things of Autumn.
Yes.
And I finished the sweater, and I love it. And I'm really glad I did the zigzaggy blue at the top. I think it turned out cute. So I know you had said something like somebody
didn't do it. Yeah.
But I think it adds a ton to it.
I do too. It's not showing up real good, but maybe when we actually upload this, the colors will, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's just very, and it's very particular. I mean, it was a little trickier to do than I thought it was going to be because you want to get those little zigzags even, but
Yeah.
I love it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's really cute. And then I started the book. But
I love the book with the leaves on the book.
I know. Here, I'll show the picture again.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things to stitch on it was that little book.
The colors aren't showing up great because my light is starting to get kind of weird. I might have to just slide a little bit this way here.
Yeah. Okay.
Slide over a little bit. Is that better?
Yeah.
So, and then the last thing that I worked on for cross stitch was when I was frogging deer from my Snapperland.
Oh, you had a frog on that again?
Remember I had to pull out, remember last week I was half of a
Oh, yes.
border and I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
So I pulled it all the way back. Actually, and then I guess I didn't really, I thought I pulled it back and then I stitched on it, but maybe I just frogged because I don't think I put any more stitches.
No, because that looks about where you thought you were going to have to go back all the way back to the top.
Yeah, so I had it down and basically when I got to about here, I was like able to count better.
Yeah.
This fabric is really hard to count on. It's, I think I mentioned last week, it's really uneven or something. Like, I don't know if it shrunk when I dyed it, when I tea dyed it. It might have, but I don't know.
I think it's the unevenness. I've got a few going right now that I think my problem is it's uneven. So it's really concentrating.
Really close. Can you see how like uneven? I don't know. I can't see what I'm doing here. But
Yeah, pull it away a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know.
See it
There's
better.
just, like enough spots where the holes are really close together compared to that.
Yeah.
Should I show my knitting too? Because I did a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I got yet more orders. It must just be the time of year. I got more orders from my shop. So I'm going to be making another adult animal hood next week. This one is a fox in black, gray, and white. So basically I'm making the raccoon hood, but with white in the ears, specified particularly. I have been working, oh, bummer, I didn't bring the actual finished, well, I finished one of these mitts and then I started another one. And
You did.
Christmas gift. I finished, yeah, so I've got it halfway done and the second one is started. I've got that one all done, the second one is started. And then the other, that is just for a Christmas gift that I'm working on. And then let me, I'm not gonna model this because my hair is kind of weird today, but this is one of my favorite hats that I ever wear. So I got an order for this. I'm just retying the bow really quick because I messed it up when I was doing something. I got an order for this hat with a different color specified. I haven't really ever done a lot of custom stuff, but I thought, well, I will.
Have you ever had any orders for this hat?
Just one. The person that I originally designed it for, based off of it. So this hat was designed for a friend who sent me a picture of a hat they saw at Anthropology, wondering if I could recreate it. So I did. So it's, okay, I'll pop it on. You can, it's like a beanie with just a little bit of slouch to it, and it's all garter stitch with a little seed stitch border. And then you can wear the ribbon in the back or the front. So it's literally knit flat and then seamed up the side. I don't know why, but I actually kind of liked that because then all I have to do is knit the whole time to get the garter.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, then I seamed it with Kitchener stitch, and my ribbon is a little uneven, but I wear this, I really do wear this a lot in the winter. It's so comfy. This is just a Hobby Lobby yarn. I think it's called Rustic Romantic, and I don't remember the colorway, but it's kind of the rosy pink color. And then the ribbon I think I got there too. So I seamed it, and then I just threaded the ribbon in through the knit. So this one is actually made with a yarn that's partly silk, and I've got the knitting all done. So it's, see, it's knit flat. And the way I do the decreases is supposed to create the slouch all around, kind of, so that when you wear it. And then I'm gonna, today, this afternoon, I'm gonna seam this up the side, and then I'll just thread the ribbon in and weave in the ends, and it'll be done.
Oh, that went fast.
It is a pretty quick one, and I worked on it a lot one of the days, which is why I felt like I didn't have as much stitching done. So as soon as I did that, then I had to go get the yarn for the raccoon hood. Actually,
Yeah.
I have 2 raccoon hoods I really need to make. So, but I was looking for a replacement type of a yarn at Hobby Lobby that might work, but they just really didn't have anything I liked. So I didn't. I need to just go to Joann or Michael's and buy the yarn that I like
For what?
for the hood, the
Oh.
like, animal hood. So anyways, that is all my whips. Whew.
Okay, my whips. We'll start with the puny one first. But I did work on my Christmas and Hawk Run Hollow. Again, I'll be working on this till I die. Sorry, I should have taken the hoop off before I.
Taking my
Guys,
hat.
if you guys knew the drama that goes on for me before I record with my computer and our internet, it's amazing that we even get anything recorded because
It's really the reason I got anything done on that Twal sampler because I was waiting for it to get resolved.
Okay, so we're back still on square one. Mr. Peacock, I heard the bells.
Cute.
So what I really didn't do much. I stitched the bottom of him right here, and I started up here. Really, oh no, up here. And that still took me like over an hour. The problem with me with this piece is that everything from here over is off.
Oh, like a
So,
or something?
something, yeah. So his body's not quite right. I got off somewhere in here, and when you count off of motifs, and one motif is, then all your other motifs are going to be wrong. I think this is right. I think it's just, it's his body up here was right. So I think if I stitch counting off of the middle of this flower going this way, I should be good and able to keep my square the right size. That's my big fear, is the square not matching up to the other squares because it's outlined in a border.
Right.
So I think I'm okay going this way, and I think I'm okay actually going this way if I go off of up here. I didn't get off until down here, and nothing's too far over. I just don't really know what I did, and that's partly why I just don't pick this up very often, because I'm just kind of frustrated with myself, even though I know it's correctable. And
Why don't you?
really do love it.
Why don't you just stitch the border up and see, and then make
I
it
should.
in the pattern?
Because it's a border.
Because you're putting off the border.
That could be it. Then the other thing I cross-stitched on, which this is probably the project that probably should teach me how to park my thread.
Oh,
Because this one is just a bear for me. Sarah loves it. She finds it relaxing. This is not a relaxing pattern for me. And it's our gathering eggs. I love her, don't get me wrong, but she, is anything but relaxing. And so I think once I get to the bigger blocks, but I'm working right in here.
What are you stitching it on a linen?
Yes.
That might be. Like, I think it's relaxing to me because even weave is so straightforward.
So basically,
I love the look of linen, but I feel like the stitching process is nice on even weave.
it looks like nothing but a blob. But this is her sleeve, her puffy sleeve, and these are the rufflies, okay? This yellow in here is like 3 or 4 different colors of yellow. And 2 of them are very similar. And I filled in some of the yellows and I did some whites there. And I'm off a little bit. I'm off on one row. I think I'm not really off. I think the stitch counts right. I just put the wrong color yellow in a couple of spots. So when I was counting to fill in the next color yellow, it looked like I was really way off. But it's pretty intricate. And I still have some more yellow to do up here. It was a yellow I was missing.
Yeah.
So you can see some little white spots. I have
Yeah.
to go back and fill that up.
Oh, okay.
So that took me surprisingly 3 hours probably. I worked on this. It was part of my magazine monthly challenge. And my monthly challenge on this was to work for 3 hours on it. And I did. And that's all I done. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Nora, you're killing me. The other thing I worked very little on, but I did work on it, was our SAL, our Barbara
Oh yeah, I didn't mention the SAL when I showed mine. But
Joe Richards. So if you got a piece by her you want to stitch. Mine is very badly shown here. It's called Sleigh Ride. It's a family getting their tree on a sleigh. I think I had the tree, so this is the tree kind of off to the, it's kind of, you know,
Planted, yeah.
it's slanted.
I don't think you had that. Did you have that whole lower part of the tree done too?
I don't know, but I at least finished the tree, and this is the dad's hat. Again, this isn't bad. I'm doing that on Ada. It's an 18 count, so it goes. It's just that it's a lot of color. Well, it wasn't for this, but this tree was a lot of color changes.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about that last week, that I started in the middle of the piece and not go, and I don't like working up.
Yeah.
And so I had to work up for a while. So I did that. I did work on, I think I worked on button up. Did I have the snow all done on button up when I was there last week on the bottom of that square?
I feel like you did have it all done.
Okay. So I had all that done?
I think so.
Okay. So all I have left to do is the brown.
Just had the sky left.
Yeah. Okay. So I couldn't remember if I worked on him or not. I've been trying to write down in my planner what I've worked on, trying to channel my inner Carolyn Zook. Not doing real well, am I, Carolyn? But what I did work the most on this week, and I just kind of got hooked on it. I really loved it. I kind of moved forward on this piece to where I was working on the border and some peripheral motifs, and I decided, nope, I'm going to start on her little head. It's my Forest Queen by Barbara Anna. She also is on my my magazine monthly. I was supposed to work on her 3 hours. I easily did 3 hours, if not more, because I got her whole little face done.
Cute. Aw.
Cute?
So cute.
Yeah. I actually wanted to keep working on her, but I needed to work on other things. So that kind of brings me to the end of November now of our magazine challenge.
Yeah.
And so I think this is the first month that I actually met all my goals.
Wow, congratulations.
I know. Well, I'm learning how to be a better goal setter. So I started the autumn leaves piece that I didn't show today, but it was the poem with the leaves whirling, twirling down.
Yeah.
I was supposed to work on that for 6 hours for the month, and I did. The things of autumn that Sarah showed, I didn't work this week on it, but I worked over 6 hours on that. Button up was to finish the block that I had messed up on and to start and make progress on the one that I just showed. So I did that. Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, I was supposed to do 4 hours. I did 4 hours on that over the month. It doesn't look like it. Forest Queen, 3 hours, which I did. Egg Gather, 3 hours, which I did. And a year at Hawk Run Hollow that I didn't show today, I did 3 hours. So I did need it. And I made my plans for...
Moving a little. Sorry, don't mind me.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just talk since I'm talking. The next month for December, which starts, oh my gosh, this week, the theme is Winter Wonderland, and the acrostic to fill in with whatever you want is snow. So I actually was going through my punch needle and primitive stitcher that I just got this year. And for Winter Wonderland, I picked this piece. It was kind of on my radar before I even knew what the theme was going to be. This magazine is really thick.
Yeah, I know. The quality of the paper is really good. Oh, yeah, you showed me that one a while ago.
Uh-huh.
That one so much.
Very simple. It's got beautiful snow. I don't think they're showing up, but there's snowflakes.
They are a little bit, yeah. And then there's like the pattern underneath Winter's piece, the little geometry.
Yeah. And it only calls for like 4 weeks colors. So I'm going to do that. And this is one, to me, snow means Winter Wonderland to me. And I love that, you know, peace. We need peace. I mean, the world needs peace on so many levels right now. And when I went to look at the chart down below, the designer wrote, I dedicate this design in memory of my sweet mom who passed away recently after a long battle with cancer. She'll be greatly missed. So, and that just kind of tugged at my heartstrings. So it kind of helped me decide even more that I was going to do that piece. And this is a piece that I would leave up all winter. Look at the little pom-poms.
I know, I was thinking what a cute idea that is to just frame it and then just, I mean,
Yeah.
hot glue those right to the frame, and then you wouldn't actually end up having to put anything on your cross stitch. You could always pop it out and do something different with it later.
Yeah, really. Anyway, so that's going to be my focus piece, and it's not too much. I'm trying to pick pieces that aren't going to require me to, you know, have whips for days. So this leads into my haul, because my haul is what fills in the rest of my acrostic for snow, because something came in the mail yesterday. Our things of winter came.
Oh.
And I'm sorry that's really glary, but I don't want to take it out. It'll be too rustly. It's by Alicia Paulson. If you want to see it closer, go to her website. And so for my acrostic, I'm doing, the W is just the name of this one. Things of Winter has a W in it. For the O, I'm using this also because I'm stitching it over 2 threads. So over has an O in it. For the S, I'm using this piece for the snowflake in it. And I haven't figured out an N yet for snow, but I just worked on it really briefly today. But some of us are starting this. We don't know when. I was just actually pulling this up. There are a couple of Instagrammers.
I know it's her at StitchedLit, and then her friend who I started following too.
Christina.
Yeah. What's her name again? Christina. Why is it not
Christina, but I'm trying to.
Here, I'll look.
Her name's just Christina. Petals and Pins.
That's it.
Petals and Pins is her Instagram. So they both bought the PDF.
I don't think does she have a Flosstube, Christina?
Don't think so. Linktree. Let me look at her Linktree.
I am looking at it, and I don't see.
No, she's mostly looks like she's a big quilter, or she has done some quilting stuff, but she also does, although her Instagram looks like it's full of cross stitch stuff.
This is on her blog. Sorry, Christina, hope you don't mind me showing your blog. That's beautiful. She must do something.
She has stitched all of the Alicia Paulsons too. So they both, she and Claire from StitchedLit, bought the PDFs of this, and they've been waiting. We haven't figured out a start date, but I'm hoping like maybe I'm gonna get this in the mail to Sarah tomorrow.
On the day of winter, on the solstice, is that what, or was that just something you and I threw out?
I threw that out, but that's not till the 21st of December. Do we want to wait? We don't want to wait that long.
I guess we can ask them.
Yeah, but anyway, so if you're interested in this, joining us, you could certainly go online and get the PDF.
You know, I said, you know, you want to.
How could you not want to? I mean, really.
So cute.
Easy. I mean, it's so easy too. They're satisfying to stitch.
That pom-pom idea from the last thing you just did looks so cute with that.
That would be cute on this.
It would actually look really cute, even if you used the same frame and popped the piece out. Because that's what I do. I just pop it out and use the same frame. But it would be cute with all of them.
I just saw hanging in my closet. I'm losing light here quick. My winter piece from last year that I need to frame, and I'm going to put it in a white frame.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's part of my haul, and I was so excited to get that in the mail. They weren't supposed to come till Monday, but they stepped it up, I guess, the USPS. But I'll pop it in the mail to you, Sarah. You should have it by Wednesday at the latest.
Okay. Well, we'll have
the first of December is Tuesday.
That darn sun keeps going on my window so that it keeps like backlighting whatever's behind me, and then I'm dark. There.
Oh, so anyway, that's haul. And
people are just getting more of a little Christmas tour of my house. They can just keep.
Yeah, there we go. And then the other, I'm just going to go right into haul since I'm doing it. I'm trying to hurry up.
I don't have much, but I have something fun to show. So
I ordered this adorable.
Oh my gosh.
Let me take it out of the plastic. It won't be sold. Is that not cute?
Yeah, that with 9 needle and thread. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Mr. Marshmallow. I bought a different pattern as a gift for somebody, and I had to order another one just I mean, another pattern, not the same one that I ordered as a gift for the other person. So I grabbed that because I have this fear that those are going to go away and not be able to be found. And then I did also order some yarn. I don't think I did not have this last week. It's by Candy Shop Yarn. She is on Instagram and Candy Shop Yarn. Let me pull it out. It's kind of a Christmas candy cane sock set. So you can get a little skein for the heels and toes and cuffs, and then this gorgeous pink pepperminty.
Is it 100% wool, or what is the yarn?
These are, no, 80% merino, 20% nylon.
Nylon.
Candy Shop Yarns is Candy Shop is SHOPPE.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't dye all the time. She was dyeing yarn as a business and did some yarn shows a couple of years ago, and then I think I don't know some reasons she stopped doing that. But then I think during 2020 and quarantine, she's done several runs of different. I think she just to maybe fill up time, and she started dyeing some and posting them on her Instagram. So I think that's what she did for Christmas.
Do you have any?
Okay.
Or was that all your haul?
I don't have any other haul that I've ordered. I don't think. No.
Not showed you this next thing I'm about to show you. So my friend Diana, who had to go, she was away for several weeks because a family member passed away, and so she was gone helping take care of things with the family. But she went to, where was she? Actually, maybe this was in town where we are. You know, I think she might have found this. I'll have to ask her again. Anyways, it was a thrift store. It is a binder full of floss, organized on these cards. Let me see if I can find it. I might have it upside down.
It's a DMC?
Yeah, it's all DMC. Organized. I mean, it looks really messy, but it's actually not, because look how they're all organized on these numbers. And I haven't even had a chance to look.
Wait, did you say she found that in town where you are, or she found that in town where she was at?
I kind of think she might have found it in town where I am, but I need to ask her again, because at first when she handed it to me, I assumed she'd gotten it while she was traveling and seen it and thought of me. But then something else she said made me think, maybe, like, here's another.
Is it a full set?
I haven't even had a chance to look. She gave it to me on Thanksgiving when they came by for dinner. And
that is insane.
Like, but at the beginning it's like 800, 800s, 700. So they're not in order. That's part of why I don't know. But then it goes to 300s, 400s, 600.
Wow.
900. Yeah, I know. What the heck? So she just saw this and thought of me, and I was like, thank you. Wonderful.
Wonder how much that was.
I should ask her. Well, I don't know. Is that rude? How much is this thing you picked up for me?
It looks like your typical floss storage.
This looks like me. That's why she thought of me. She thought of me because this looks like me.
Does she watch us?
No, I don't think so. Well, not that I know. She knows we do this, but I don't know that she ever watches.
Oh.
But
I'm talking about your fist.
It's just like me. This is, see, I can even like show the floss in a beautiful way. Like, look how pretty. Anyway,
That's something.
so I will.
Wow.
I know. So it doesn't look to me like a full set, but I mean, there's a
It's
lot.
a lot.
So even more.
Yeah.
So what I need to do is go through and keep working on my organization system for it, like add it in with the organization, because I don't think I'm going to leave it in the binder. I think I'm going to add it all into my
Yeah.
organization. But wow, that was cool. So that's not really haul per se, but it was stitchy kind of technically.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yep. I didn't really buy, well, I had to buy the yarn for the shop orders, and that was a beautiful yarn. It's maybe I should show it. It's right here. Let me grab it. I didn't know how this yarn would knit up for that hat, that pink hat that I showed, because it has silk in it and it's really heavy and smooth, and I thought it might not knit. I thought it might be more like cotton where it was loose. It's bamboo and silk, and it knit up so nice. So if you're looking for a yarn,
Oh, it'd be real drapey.
yeah, it is, but it is really drapey. So it's not something that's going to hold its shape like really stiff. But this hat is kind of drapey anyway, so this is what it is. And I really just got it because the person who was ordering the hat liked the color. And then I got this ribbon to go. Let's see if I can kind of get a good color. See, here we go. That's a little better. Kind of a dusty rose pink, because that was the other.
Yeah, that'll be really pretty.
Anyway, that's all the haul, and that was not like cross-stitching haul, but it's a haul.
Okay, well, we did get some stitchy kindness in the mail that was just very surprising and touching, and it's from one of our viewers named Sandy, and she wrote us the sweetest card, and I have to say, you know, when I was just griping a few minutes ago about what a hassle my computer was and trying to get, you know, online and all this stuff, it does make it worthwhile. I mean, to know that people look forward to watching us, and it's worth it to do it, and it's worth it to be part of this community and be part of the stitching world and be able to, you know, make somebody else happy, especially in 2020. So she sent us these absolutely gorgeous project bags that she made, which I can't even imagine sewing something like this anymore. But this one is the one that she made for Sarah.
Pretty.
It's got the leafy green. She made her a needle minder with a little butterfly that matches in there. And then it's kind of like a little Parisian print on the back of it. Oh. And they're zippered up, and they've got vinyl, and they're really nice. So I'll pop this into Sarah when I pop in her Things of Winter. And the one she made for me has this beautiful floral pattern, and then inside is that pattern.
Oh, pretty.
And she made me a needle minder also, which I don't have any needle minders, I don't think.
I don't either, but I was just with my hawk run the other day.
She put these adorable little charms hanging down. There's a cross and a butterfly, a snowflake. I think they're the same ones. I think there's a dragonfly on them too. Pretty. On the zipper pulls. No, yours is different. Yours has a bird on it and a horse on it. Anyway, so sweet. In fact, they came while I was at Sarah's house last weekend. And so when we got home, I ran out and checked the mail because I was expecting something else in the mail. And then this package was in there, and I'm like, oh, and then I realized that it was somebody had handwritten their name on the envelope. And so I thought, oh goodness. And I opened them up, and I just kind of was flabbergasted, actually. So I called Sarah. I said, you're not going to believe this. This was so sweet. So thank you so much, Sandy. And we're glad that we bring you a little bit of fun and happiness in your week. I know, I think the state that you're living in is really locked down right now, so you probably don't leave your house very much. So we'll come to you, I guess, and help enable people to stitch, because there's a lot of things to stitch out there. So many things to stitch. And I think we were going to talk about, Sarah said she didn't have any plans, and I think my plans are basically to work on my winter magazine challenge, and I'm trying to get my whip go thought about. And I really want to start my Pandemic by Long Dog Silver. Long Dog Silvers. I don't know where you live if you have Long John Silver's fish food places, but Long Dog Samplers came out with an ode to 2020, and it's called The Pandemic, and it's big and it's beautiful. And I'm actually doing mine on a 22 count Aida. I'm not going to do it over 2-1 linen. I have a beautiful silk from Mrs. Sadis in Spain. It's hydrangea. It's kind of a variegated purples, and my fabric is just a boring off-white, and I'm going to dye it. So I need to dye my fabric this week. I'm going to do it a light gray. And I don't really, it's interesting because I don't really want to commemorate 2020 really. I don't really want to commemorate it in any way other than this. Like I've seen people, like I was looking through the magazine, the holiday ornament magazines, and there was 2020 ornaments, and I don't know, I'm not going to stitch anything with 2020 on it. I don't really want to remember this year that much. I don't want to give it any, I don't know, credit. But pandemic, I do want to stitch it. So that's, I think, I'm trying to get organized. Carolyn, somebody help us.
An ongoing tutorial class is what we need. Like, or I was joking on Facebook to Carolyn this week, and I said, we need, like, you know that show, The Home Edit? We need the home edit for crafters. So if somebody created that, I'd be a perfect candidate. Because you've seen my floss. One of my goals this month, because the place where we're going to put our Christmas tree is currently got a basket that's basically overflowing with knitting, like kind of my Etsy shop yarn, but also other stuff. And next to it is the basket that's overflowing with my whips. So it's time. I mean, it's organized in the sense that I know where everything is, but it's not like tidy. How's that?
Yeah. I think that's it.
This week.
And I think more than anything, I feel like I've got my stuff condensed into certain areas. They're not necessarily like stored in great order, but they're in a special spot. But I just want to organize my plans and what I want to work on. Like, I remember I bought that kit, that red cardinal kit. I really want to start that for part of my Whip Go, and I want to start the pandemic. And
yeah,
there's just so many of them, but I need to go back and look at them.
Yeah.
The Cricut collections, I really am determined to do those little pillows of the seasons. I really do want to start those. So anyway, that's my plan, is to start my December piece. I don't have the fabric for my piece out of that magazine yet. I need to either order a piece or call my needlework store and see what she's got. I might actually have a pale blue, but I do need some of the flosses. So.
I also want to get sort of mentally organized before January. So I'm going to try to put together a Whip Go board, because what I really want is to be a little more organized about my whips. So that's kind of perfect. Mm-hmm. So that I'm sort of steadily still working on ones that might have been side. And then something else you just said, I thought, oh yeah, that's also, I can't remember now. Anyways. So
what you're going to put on your Whip Go?
Yeah, what I'm going to put on my Whip Go, kind of drawing up a board. I've never done Whip Go before. Is this the first year? So I didn't do it earlier this year because it was kind of late by the time I knew what was going on.
And if you don't know what Whip Go is, it's a ongoing challenge that Jessie Marie does stuff. That's her Flosstube. Jessie Marie does stuff. She also has a Facebook group just for Whip Go. It's WIPGO, Whip Go, basically to help you rotate your whips through. You set your own goals, you set your own prizes. She calls 2 squares. Well, she might change it up this next year. I know she's changing it up a little bit, but this year she calls 2 squares a month, and whatever you've written on those squares are what you work on and try to meet whatever goal you set. Totally self-driven, but it's nice because it does help you kind of keep rotating things through. And I will say, we joke about Carolyn Zook a lot. She did have a really great organizing tutorial. She's like organized to the max though. It's
on my list. I just haven't had
I mean, I had to really she's really organized, but it kind of gave me some ideas of even just tracking hours that I work on things to give myself an idea of how fast I really do stitch. Because I don't really always know what is attainable.
Goals, yeah.
Yeah. So give her.
I'm going to go look at, this is like just a mental goal again, but I want to look at Kindred Stitcher's Snow Queen, because I have some of the materials to start that, and I want to put the fabric on my Christmas list as an option, but I wanted to look at hers because hers is the one I saw in person at the fair, and it was just gorgeous. And so I kind of wanted to see if that's the color I wanted to do, or if I just need to start with what fabric I want to do that on, because I want to put that on my Whip Go board and start that in the new year and see how.
Put the missing beads on your Christmas list.
Yeah. Okay.
Send me a list of the missing beads.
Okay.
Because I can't remember which ones I got for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had a giveaway last week to give away this beautiful cross-stitch Christmas book from Better Homes and Gardens. And we showed, if you want to see some of the things that were in it, in case you're interested in buying it, if you didn't win it, you can go back to last week's video and watch. We did a little bit of a flip through. This guy with his cute fuzzy beard and stuff. And the winner for this giveaway this week is Carolyn. I want to make sure I get your last name. Carolyn Conatzer, or I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but Conatzer. And thank you for your comment, and you've won this. So email us at the email address in the description box below, and we are thankful that you watch us. So congratulations. The prompt last week was what your favorite Christmas cookie is, and I was surprised at how many oatmeal favorites there were, especially because oatmeal is a little bit of a controversial cookie, I think. But I like oatmeal cookies. A lot of people don't, or they don't like oatmeal raisin. I think that's the other.
Oh, I love that. My favorite is it's a shortbread dough, and you make a little cookie and you make an indentation, and then you mix up a filling, and the filling is crushed up peppermint candies and cream cheese.
And powdered sugar.
And you pop that in the middle, and then you bake them, and it gets all.
It's a thumbprint cookie. Some people would make it with jam. Here,
Are you guys leaving?
Yeah, but she's
Oh, I
changed
just
the
did-
bedding kind of cute if you want.
I'm just about done. I'll come out there in just a minute.
Okay. sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Here, speed this up.
I almost said that same cookie. I thought of that one too. But then I decided to say the last few years, I think my favorite has probably been the Spritz cookies that I make. I have the little spritzer, and they're a pain to make. And I keep thinking I'm going to get better at it, and still don't know that I'm getting better at it. But I finally found a dough that tastes really good. And so last year I had a really hard time not eating all the Spritz. But I also really love the marshmallow cream fantasy fudge. I make that every year too.
Sarah got my Spritz gun because I threw it away in the garbage. Huh?
They said it went across the kitchen a few times.
Okay, this is the deal. Every time I would get the Spritz gun out to make cookies, especially the last few years, Sam was the only one living at home, and he loves them. He'd come in and go, oh, you're making Spritz now. And then he would leave the room because I hated making them. I'm not the only one. I have read so many people's comments on Instagram and places about how much they hate making them. They're just, I don't know what it is about them. And I actually threw my Spritz gun in the garbage one Christmas, right before Christmas. And when Sarah got here, she's like, I'll take it. So we went and got it. Huh?
I said, why is that in your trash can? So I've inherited the Spritz responsibilities.
For the family.
You know
we
what?
all love to eat them.
Is a krumkaka maker. I want either yours or.
Oh,
But
I bought a new one last year. I don't know if people know about krumkaka. Krumkaka is a Scandinavian wafer cookie. Huh?
Oops, I think it's specifically Norwegian, but.
Norwegian? Well, I just say Scandinavian because my husband is, he's part German, part Swedish, and part Norwegian. So I never know what part of his memories are Swedish and what part are Norwegian, because his family just kind of conglom together. But it's like a griddle with a design in it, and then you press these, you put your batter on, you press it down, and then you take it off, and then you roll it, and you make a cone shape out of it, and it's got like a pretty little design on it. And then before you serve them, you shoot whipped cream in the middle of them.
Kind of like a cannoli, right? Isn't that kind of like a
Kind of, yeah. I don't know if cannolis are softer. I think cannolis might be softer.
So it is Norwegian.
Yeah, and I had a really cruddy little cast iron one that sat on your burner, and it was terrible. Sarah and I did it together one year. Oh, it was just a mess. But last year I bought an electric one.
When it's still hot. So you're trying to like get another one on while also keeping these other ones from crumbling to pieces. But there's so.
And it was hard to know when to lift the lid to know it was done. The one I have now is still a little tricky.
Is it one like a waffle iron?
It's electric like a waffle iron, and you can do. Did I do the one that has two at a time or one? I can't remember what I bought. But it you know, it's just tricky getting it to the right brownness. You don't want it too light and you don't want it too dark. So anyway, it's an art.
So let us know if you make krumkaka. We're just curious, or if you've had it. And did you get rid of your old crummy one?
I don't know. I might have. It was bad. You wouldn't have wanted it.
Probably not. I should probably just buy myself one. This is our giveaway for this week. It's this little card.
There we go.
Here, let me see. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
It's a little penguin, and you can do it with the card. It comes with everything you need. It's a little kit. So the thread and the pattern, and also the card if you want to make it into like a greeting card, or you can just stitch it on the fabric, which is Aida. It's 14 count Aida, so it's an easy to see kind of count. Really take the thread and stitch it on a smaller piece if you just like the design, and use the fabric or something else, whatever you want to do. So again, didn't think about a prompt.
Tell us how cold it gets where you live, and use the word cold.
Cold. Okay.
In the winter.
Write that down so I don't forget.
Because it's icy. That's an icy picture.
Yeah. How
Okay.
cold? Is it cold enough?
Yeah.
Ice skate? Do the lakes freeze? I've always kind of wished I lived somewhere where the lakes froze solid enough to ice skate on.
Yeah.
Dad describes when he was growing up. So that's the giveaway for this week. So leave a comment describing how cold it gets, like at your place where you live. Maybe it doesn't get cold at all, but use the word cold. And that's what I'll search for when I do the comments.
Okay.
That's everything I've got.
Okay.
Guess I got to go organize my craft stuff.
I need to go hold a granddaughter.
I'm so jealous. I was
sorry.
that baby.
Okay. We'll see you all next. Huh?
And give her lots of kisses for me. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you next week. Be well. Be safe.
Have a happy beginning of December. Bye.
Bye-bye.